Yeah, but like, are you though? Are you sorry?
No.
Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. Oh, that was only like a few seconds, and then I already dropped the F-bomb. Well, there goes our non-existent monetization. Oh yeah, by the way, we started streaming. No countdown.
Couldn't
Nothing.
figure that out at all.
Nope. Nope. I know you couldn't have. It's okay, Jesse. It's okay. It's okay.
Hmm.
Yep. It's okay, Jess.
So I started playing Minecraft again
Mm-hmm.
because after Minecraft Live, they dropped a new snapshot in Java,
Oh.
and the snapshot includes the new biome and all of its accompanying features. And I was like, I really want to try that. So I hopped in, and I haven't been able to find the new biome yet or play around with the new ultra creepy mob. But what I have found is a seed where I just so happen to have found in my backyard a um, a trial chamber, the new thing from the last update.
Yeah.
And on top of the trial chamber is a zombie spawner, and underneath the trial chamber is a mine shaft. And let me tell you the swiftness with which I've died. It's fast. And I think I've died twice so far, and I've only managed to break a hole in the top of the trial chamber, which did turn on the mob spawner within the trial chamber, and I've managed to light up the zombie spawner, so that's no longer a problem.
Oh.
But I have not, unfortunately for me, I died at the top of the mine shaft, and I did not plug the hole for the trial chamber. So when I get back in to my Minecraft session, and I go to attempt to retrieve my shit, I have no idea what exactly is going to be waiting for me down there. And I'm a little scared.
Wow, that just sounds like kind of a personal problem there, Jess.
Yeah, the first thing that came popping out of the trial chamber was one of the newer skeleton types. I don't know what it's called, actually. But yeah, I have a feeling I'm just going to get shot the second I go down there. So yeah, timely Minecraft horror moment. Jesse dies a lot.
That's that's no different from like every other Minecraft moment, to be honest.
No, except now I'm alone. And I have to go get my stuff alone.
Womp, womp, womp.
Yeah. So our stream starting soon picture reminds me of something.
Yeah. What does it remind you of?
It reminds me that somewhere in my room I've got a double curse from No Face that I misplaced, and I don't know if that's bad.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, that was a wild day.
It was great. I don't know if we've told everyone that No Face paid us a visit.
Oh yeah, okay. That's a
Annie
whole story.
Medford.
Yeah, Annie Medford, there was this little girl cosplaying as No Face, and she came up to me, and I was like, that's an adorable No Face, until she started handing me gold, and I shook my head because I know the lore behind that. It took me a hot minute, because it's not the first time that's happened to me where someone cosplays as No Face and tries to give me gold. And I didn't even get to refuse. She just like reached over and placed it down, and I was like, well, screw me, I guess. I guess I'm just gonna accept this.
So then she came to our booth after you. She followed you, and I was sitting at the booth, and she wanted to hand it to me, and I think I held my hands up, and she pushed it across the table. So like, yeah, does that count? Did I accept it? I picked it up, so I guess I did.
I had asked the dad about it, and I was like, how many people have rejected the gold? And he said not many. And I said, what did she do with the people who rejected the gold? And he said, oh, she just shoved it in her hands anyway. I was like, okay, she's not terribly hurt by it. She's probably having fun with it. So I was like, okay. It was really, really adorable, though. So, I mean, I wasn't going to just, like, outright reject it. But I was like, I don't want to be cursed by no face. So, it was fun. Medford was fun. It was large and very spacious, and I was like, because we're going to be back in that venue next year. And I think I'm just going to bring a 4-foot table with me this time.
Oh, to block it off?
If we get an end table. If we don't, then we don't have to worry about it. But if we do, yeah.
I mean, maybe you just bring it anyway.
I'm going to look at where we are next year and just determine from there. Anyway. So I have no idea what I'm drawing today.
Okay, as per usual.
But it will be a guessing game, because I'm not going to do, like, FOPs, I think. I'm just going to do characters.
Okay.
No, not cast slimes, just characters. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but... or if I'll even like it. But we'll just, like, pretend.
Roll with it.
We're going to roll with it and pretend. So, yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Shall we start, Jesse?
Yep, it's 6 minutes after. I think we probably should.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the panel protagonist. I'm Millie.
Jess, what was that?
Don't worry about it. And today, we will be talking about the intrusion of the horror game and what makes it so appealing to everybody and why it blew up in the recent years. But before we get on to whatever the hell Jesse wants to talk about, before everything, there will be a guessing game today. I will be doing various characters, and you can ask questions or guess. Each one will be worth 100 points. So, for those in Confab Corner on the Discord server, which is the reason why you should join. And, yeah. And with that, I give it to Jessie so she can start the stream.
So I actually do have a couple of pieces of breaking news today.
What?
Super duper quick. I know, I haven't done it in a hot second.
What's breaking news?
We have some... not a whole lot of stuff, but I just wanted to mention to everyone, since I didn't put anything about it on the server, and I know somebody else did mention it, that LA Comic-Con is happening right now.
Oh yeah, that was all over my Instagram. A couple of my...
Oh, I bet it was. Yeah, so I just wanted to mention it. It is streaming, actually, on YouTube somewhere.
What?
I think IGN's channel is streaming panels and stuff. I have no clue who's there. So, yeah, you might see some, if you're a member of the Discord server, you might see some news come out of LA Comic-Con later. If you're not a member of the Discord server, you might see it anyway if you happen to be looking for it. And then the other weird thing I wanted to say is that for whatever reason, for like a split second, and I have no idea. Well, that's not true. I do have an idea why. On Thursday, PewDiePie was banned from Twitch for like 12 minutes.
What? What did he do?
Okay, I didn't even know he was still streaming to Twitch, for one.
I didn't even know he was streaming to Twitch, period.
Oh yeah, he's been streaming to Twitch for a while, but I thought that he had really, really pared down his streaming stuff because I thought he was making this transition to more IRL stuff now that him and his wife, whose name I can't remember, moved to Japan, and I thought he was gonna kind of lessen the gaming stuff. And anyway, that's neither here nor there.
He moved to Japan?
He did.
When the hell did that happen?
I know.
Okay. Just okay.
So yeah, apparently he had old videos on repeat, and they were playing in a loop, and he got banned for 12 whole minutes. And I think I know why. There was a particular video where he said a particular bad word.
Oh, was it the F-bomb?
No, even worse. And you know what it is.
I do?
You do. And yeah. Some people think that video got left in the loop and his editors forgot to take it out. Anyway, I just thought I'd mention it.
I don't know what word you gotta message me.
What word auto gets you banned everywhere?
Not the F-bomb?
Not the F-bomb. You're thinking too hard about it, honey.
What word?
I'll tell you later.
Okay. I'm so confused.
Our audience knows.
Does our audience know?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure our audience knows. Last little thing, and then we'll start stream, is David Hayter apparently is a troll. And I didn't know this, but he popped up on my Twitter feed, and the tweet says, I was back in the booth voicing or playing a role I haven't played since ... And for those of you who aren't aware, David Hayter is the original voice of Snake in Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
He was replaced by Mr. Sutherland, the younger Junior Sutherland. And it was a controversial decision back at the time to replace that particular voice actor because he was very beloved. And now he's got the entire Metal Gear Solid fan base all in a tizzy that he is cranking out new Metal Gear Solid shit. And that's probably what he's doing, but there's no confirmation that that's what he's doing. So I guess I'm gonna follow David Hayter now and make sure that that is in fact what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he learns from the best. That's what happens when you spend a shitload of time with Hideo Kojima. You become troll.
You become the troll. You live long enough to become the troll.
Yep. That's exactly what happened. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Fantastic.
We're here to talk. Yeah.
Yep.
Fantastic breaking news.
Fantastic breaking news, in fact.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're here to talk about horror games. This is the first stream of the spoopy season. And thank goodness we're actually going to have a Hollow stream this year.
Maybe.
Maybe. You haven't decided yet?
No, we will.
Okay. God damn it! Stop teasing me!
It was funny.
Since it's the first one that we've had in a while, we only did 2 last year, I think.
Yeah.
I got
into like October.
Yeah, you had stuff going on. It was fine.
I had lots of
Um,
stuff going on.
but since we haven't done one in a hot second,
I've had
um,
lots of stuff to go on. Yes. Yes, I was quite busy.
yeah, I wanted to kind of talk about a trend that I've been noticing within the last decade
Mm-hmm.
of uh, loads of horror games um, coming out and being very successful, and not just coming out around October either. They're coming out just all the time. I mean, they're coming out in the summer, they're coming out in like January, and they're always
Halloween all year. Okay.
they're always at least
24/7.
a little bit successful, or at least they have a moment, where they catch on somewhere. There were more than 1,600 games on Steam last year with the horror tag. I think it was like 1623 to be exact.
What?
1,623 games with the horror tag on it. And you could break it down further. They could be psychological horror, they could be body horror, they could be just straight up horror. I think Steam breaks it down, but ultimately if it's got one of those, it's tagged as a horror game. While some of these were returning IP, obviously because we are talking about a 10-year span.
From Minecraft technically horror?
Many of them were brand new entries, ready to scare our collective pants off. So,
our collective pants off, okay.
I know. So, why are we seeing so many new horror games? Why are we seeing so many sequels to horror games? Just why?
Why not?
And I broke it down into kind of why do we?
Yeah.
Taking place, and I want to talk about kind of why we are so prone to enjoying these. First of all, because I think it's fascinating that so many people like just horror games, especially the way that. Yeah.
Especially the people who are like, I actually don't like horror, but I like watching people. And it's
watching. Like, yeah.
What?
Yeah, and so I had asked you if you had played any horror games, and you said what?
Oh, I said I played horror games before, but I generally like watching other people play horror games.
Yeah. So you told me
I'm a whiny sissy baby.
So you told me that you had played Phasmophobia and Slender Man, and you and I played Phasmophobia together.
Yeah, that was the only time, by the way.
You and I played it with Whitney, and we played it with somebody else too, right? Wasn't there somebody with us?
Maybe? I don't remember, though.
Okay. And I've played both of those. I've played a significant number more than that, but I also enjoy playing or watching other people play.
It's funny watching other
It's people. Funny. Yes, it's fun watching their reactions.
And it's like it's gratifying and validating to know that even though I would scream, I'm not the only one who would scream.
Yeah. Yeah. Most of the time when I'm watching other people play those things, I don't get scared because I'm not. The suspense is different when you're not the person playing them.
For me, it's like I'm not alone, and it's oh my god, and it's like I'm a little weird. And please, if anybody else who's in chat feels the same way, please speak up so I know I'm not alone in feeling this way. But when I play I don't like playing horror games by myself. But at the same time, I have to play horror games in the dark.
So you do and you don't like being scared.
Yeah. Exactly. And if you're joining and you haven't really followed me for a really long time, because I've started all of this in 26, like my business in 2016. The stream started in 2020. But if you've been following my business page for a while, there is a video somewhere on the business page of me playing Slenderman. And it's wrought with cursing that I try to bleep out. So the censors that I use in that video are quite loud and invasive. So if you do happen to have stumbled upon that at some point, just be aware that there is cursing with loud invasive censor noises to cover up the fact that I'm cursing. And, yeah.
I think probably everyone who's played that game has done so in a similar fashion.
Yes.
It's hard not to. So we're gonna talk about why we enjoy being scared. Whether you enjoy going to a haunted house, or you enjoy scary movies, or you are doing what we're talking about right now and you like watching other people play spooky games.
Which there is no
You
judgment.
might enjoy all those things. You might enjoy the suspense. You might enjoy being jump scared. I enjoy being jump scared. Fear is an emotion that involves your entire body, right? So it doesn't seem like one of those things that you should naturally enjoy, but we do. And
Oh,
so
100%.
I thought it was, I think it's fascinating to look into. So it's an emotion that triggers, and here we're going to get a little nerdy for a second. It triggers your amygdala, that tiny little part of your brain that causes fight or flight.
Your amygdala.
We're going to go back to freshman level science here.
Amygdala.
And the fight or flight response tells your adrenal glands to flood your squishy little meat suit with adrenaline and cortisol whenever you've been spooked. Adrenaline and cortisol are, of course, the feel-good chemicals.
Cortisol?
Mm-hmm.
Cortisol is a stress hormone.
The release of hormones by adrenaline and cortisol. We're talking about dopamine and endorphins. So sorry.
Okay, I was like, cortisol is your stress hormone, so I hope there's not a lot of that being released during that. But...
The release of adrenaline and cortisol then triggers dopamine and endorphins, and those are the feel-good chemicals.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, anything that's going to trigger your dopamine and endorphins to rise is probably going to make you want to do that again. Your bodies simultaneously experience other reactions. Your heart rate goes up, your pupils dilate, other senses not so critical to your survival.
You become in love. You're in love.
Other, other processes going on in your body that aren't super critical to your survival might stop or pause. Like, I'm gonna go back to something I say in jest all the time, but clenching your buttholes is not actually a joke.
That is actually a thing, yeah.
That is actually a thing. You do not have to go to the bathroom when you are scared. Sort of.
You can't get the shit scared out of you.
You might piss your pants, but... and senses that are critical to your survival suddenly heighten. Obviously, some of us are just weird, and we enjoy being scared just for the funsies, but for everyone else that just provisionally enjoys a good scare every now and then, you have all this lovely psychology and human anatomy to thank for that. Things like scary movies and the horror games that we're talking about today, and true crime, which is so close to my heart and I love so very dearly. Those are all quote unquote safe.
She's trying.
Right. They can't do you any real harm.
You guys, she just admitted that she watches true crime so that she can figure out how to bury the bottom.
I didn't know that was a secret. I mean, sometimes I have it on in the background. Y'all can hear it all the time.
Especially in confab.
It's just there. It's omnipresent.
It's omnipresent! Oh my god. Chillax.
It's on right now. It's just on mute.
Oh my god, you freaking freak! You guys! If I go missing, you know who to contact. Jeez.
So this safe horror, it's still releasing those feel-good chemicals, but you know the bad things can't get to you.
Okay.
The only exception that I will apply is haunted houses. Some people get really, really freaked out by the ultra good haunted houses, and that's why some of them have to have you sign those waivers. That one in Soulard at home.
Yeah.
The mansion. You have to sign a waiver to go into that one. There's a couple more where you do have to sign a waiver, or if you have any heart conditions, you genuinely cannot go into those. Technically, they are still safe, but the illusion of that safety is so thinly veiled that the fight or flight response is kicking in real hard in those places. So I think that's like the one and only exception, is the really high level haunted houses. For other people, though, that aren't
Jesse
looking looking for, you know, just a good spook every once in a while, horror can be kind of a release of some kind. Playing spooky games or watching scary movies, you know, can be kind of like a socially acceptable way to get rid of stress. You know, if you're going into a full theater to see a scary movie and you're screaming at the top of your lungs.
Probably not the only one, by the way.
Probably no one's going to pay attention to you because everyone else is doing the same thing. Or like the example I just described, if you're going to a haunted house and you're screaming at the top of your lungs, probably no one's going to pay attention to you because that's the point.
Yeah.
Or if you're sitting alone in your room watching whoever play a scary game and you get jump scared and every once in a while you scream.
Me every time.
Who the fuck cares, right?
Me
You're alone. You're alone in your
time.
room. No one cares. It's fine. It's okay. We all do it every once in a while. Just yell. Get it out. Enjoy it. It's okay.
Scream. Shout. Let it all out.
These are the things. I forget how the rest of that goes.
Oh. That's okay.
So, we're not just here to talk about the psychology of why we like to be spooked, though. We're talking about games today. Are you still drawing Slendy Man?
Oh! You know that was supposed to be a guessing game, right? Congratulations!
I mean, I thought it was pretty obvious. He did chase us down for like a good 40 minutes. So.
Before you.
Slendy Man.
Slendy Man, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm still drawing Slendy Man.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to get the fucking feet.
So games specifically is what I wanted to talk about today, and
because I feel like there's like a million of them now.
There are. There really, really are, and that's why I wanted to talk about them, because I think it's fascinating how this one genre, amongst all the other ones, you've got action, you've got fighters, you've got racing games, you've got action adventure games, RPGs, JRPGs, all these other genres, and horror is the one that seems to be really popping off. I mean, a couple of the other ones are doing really good too, but horror is the one that sticks out of my brain. Is like, why are all these horror games suddenly coming out?
I feel like there's like a lot more. There's a lot more fan base in the horror genre now, and
well, that's what the first point is actually that I have written down. So the first thing that I think kind of helped them along the way is actually a point that I've talked about before.
Doesn't surprise me.
And I cannot remember the context of what this was when we talked about it, but pardon me. We were talking about another game genre, I think.
Oh.
And I had mentioned some YouTubers. And I think horror in particular has really benefited from a subset of YouTubers beginning long form Let's Plays. And it really only began with a couple, because I think it was probably seen as kind of a iffy play to take a horror game and do a Let's Play out of it on a platform that was so new, at least when these folks started doing it. The people that really started off with it, they were just doing it for the fun of it. They didn't have any sponsorships, no developer connections, nothing that like these people have now. Folks like Marky Moo and Jacksepticeye, John Wolfe, who needs a far larger audience than he currently has, and some others really kind of blazed this early trail for this new genre on the YouTube platform that when they began was really only like, I think, 4 years old at the time. And
so what you're saying is that it's the content creator's fault that the horror genre had blown up.
Oh, it's not. I wouldn't say it's their fault, but I would say that it definitely received a boost because it put more eyeballs to these games. And
I have no idea what I'm doing.
I know I've spoken about this before, but I think developers who are savvy noticed that their game would receive higher sales and more interest when a YouTuber would give it long form attention on YouTube or Twitch or, whatever platform of their choice. At that point, it was YouTube, but now when it happens, it's TikTok, YouTube, take your media platform of choice.
Okay.
So, and I feel like it didn't take all that long for some of the smarter developers to realize that that's what was happening. Because the growth just felt not exactly exponential, but it was very, very fast. Today, the number of YouTuber names or streamer names widely known for their horror gameplay is quite large. Not a whole lot of them have what I would call huge audiences, but there are a lot of them. And their style, their video style is quite broad.
I feel
You know, a
like
lot of them
too.
just have, huh?
I feel like too with the rise of the horror genre in general, that a lot of YouTubers and just content creators in general will switch to like the horror scene because they know it generates the audience that
Well,
they
I think
need to
that's kind
grow.
of a self-feeding mechanism, right? You know,
Yeah.
um, they see this new um, horror game or maybe horror series, and they like it, so they put it on their platform, and it generates views, and then more people turn around and they're like, "Hey, this is getting views on this channel. Let's put it on ours." And so it's kind of a, you know, a perpetual motion machine, if you will. Um, so we're not just talking like straight gameplay, right? We've got some interactive streams with some folks, detailed breakdowns with some folks, um,
Detail breakdowns are
and
always good to watch,
a
I feel
detailed
like.
breakdown. Yeah, like the game theorists always one with the detailed breakdowns, especially in horror games. Um,
Yes.
but new names that don't feel so new now because they've been doing this for such a long time, but um, blew up just because of their horror gameplay. We're talking about Koreax Kenshin, IGP, Dako, um, all those people, and quite a few more. I can name one that just blew up because of FNAF. His channel name is FNAF.
Wow, so creative.
I know, right? All he did was put a U in it. FNAF.
Wait a minute. What? Where's the U?
It's FUNAFF. FNAF.
Okay.
I know, maybe it's FUH. It's something like that. Anyway. So that's one thing that I think is happening. The other thing that I think is happening is that there's just a whole bunch of ways to do a horror game.
To do a horror game.
To do a horror game. To make your horror game. There's a astonishing level of creativity
Oh
if you
yeah.
really go out and you pay attention
Like
to
you have,
what.
it's really hard too when you think about it to do a good horror game because there's some bad ones out there too, but
Oh yeah,
because
there's plenty of bad ones.
you have to cater to what the general um what the general consensus is for
What
something that's
is scary?
scary. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you have to have some form of like psychology knowledge, I feel like, in order to have a good horror game. So you can understand what really gets people scared.
Mm-hmm. And luckily for us, there's a whole bunch of definitions for what is scary. And it's created this blossoming effect um,
Blossoming.
of what can be considered a horror game. I think that's a good analogy. Blossoming.
Blossoming.
Um, so firstly, I think that there's just a disproportionately large amount of horror games today that are being released under indie uh,
Titles.
developers.
Okay.
Yeah. Indie developers just, you know, they inherently have more um, freedom of creativity and innovation in their releases because they aren't beholden to, you know, some kind of corporate
Contract
overhead.
or anything like that.
Yeah, a contract, or there's not some other studio telling them what to do or what they expect or, you know, anything like that. They can just
Yeah.
do whatever they want. And another sort of industry trend that I think is probably helping this along, and not necessarily a positive trend, is
Oh.
the amount of turnover that we've seen in the last decade.
Yeah.
And normally this wouldn't be a positive thing. However, and this is just speculation on my part, but I do think that sometimes when old teams break up and those new teams form, obviously you're going to get ideas from those new teams that the old team wouldn't have had.
What is happening?
And I know that a lot of indie names have been created over the last 10 years because of studios breaking apart and then people just being like, I'm gonna make my own studio.
I'm having technical difficulties right now.
What in God's name are we?
First off,
I've just minimized my notes to look at what you are trying.
Look at this. What the hell is happening?
I don't know.
Alright, hold up. Okay, I'm gonna do
Is it your tablet?
Hang on. We're gonna do this. We're gonna exit out of that for a second. I'm gonna reopen this and I'm gonna pray. It still won't let me. What is happening?
Is it just that one side?
Yeah. I don't. What happened?
We're talking about horror games, so obviously your tablet is haunted now.
Gasp. The thing...
Does it disappear if you shift it that way?
There we go. Oh my god, that was weird. That was... Let's not do that again, Clip, okay? Don't ever do that to me during stream ever again. Clip exits out of my... Let's save it before...
I thought you were trying to give this Pikachu a Reaper Scythe. I really didn't expect that you were just drawing his tail.
Oh. I mean, I could give it a Reaper Scythe if I really wanted to. But...
Yeah, but this character doesn't have a Reaper Scythe.
That's true.
Okay.
But there's no one in chat to get these points, so...
I know.
Look at this cutie pie, though. Look at how cute this is. Okay, Jesse, do you know what it is?
Oh, hi, Erin. It is dinner time where she is. That's fair.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I think it's the Scream guy.
Yes. Do you remember the name of the Scream guy?
No.
Okay. He's pretty popular when I go to conventions. Like, if I sell any horror themed stuff, it's usually Ghostface.
Oh, Ghostface, yeah.
Anyway, yes, that is correcto. Put that in the folder, minimize the folder, minimize that, go back to my drawing board for the next character. Dun, dun. Okay, sorry. There really should be like a web camera that watches me because all the facial expressions I have during stream are so hilarious. But I'm also super self-conscious, so... Anyway.
Maybe one day.
On to the next one! Because you brought up a very good one, actually.
Oh, did I? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I just thought of one that I think you should attempt, but maybe not today. But just for funsies at Doodle Time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, I started really seeing the creativity happen kind of in the 2015-2016 era when Inside came out, if you remember that one. It was a grayscale game with absolutely no dialogue.
What game was this? What was the game? I missed it.
Inside.
Inside.
It was the one about the little boy who it's a side scroller, and you are just running around this semi-dilapidated industrial landscape, and I think it's a boy. Why do you put boy in quotation marks? I'm pretty sure it's a boy until the end. Because
Wait.
at the end you find this blob of humanity, and you join the blob. So at the end, you're not a. It's got a very strange ending.
The
But
end.
it's a very good game. You should totally watch somebody play Inside. Um, they made another one. That studio made another one, and I can't remember its name off the top of my head, but it's also quite good. Um, and then the other one that came out right around that same time was Little Nightmares. And I don't know if you've seen anyone play that one. It's about the small child in a yellow raincoat that has to
Georgie?
navigate. No. No, not that yellow raincoat. Has to navigate this really weird. I think it's a boat. The first one, and everything is like obsessed with food. Every other person on this boat is obsessed with food.
I'm
And
also obsessed with food, so...
Okay, well, it's a stretch to call these people people. I actually think some of them are pigs.
Jesse! That's so
What?
rude of you.
Go watch somebody play it. I think legitimately
God.
some of them are pigs.
We are a... Oh, that's hella adorable. We are an exclusive stream, okay? We don't just call people pigs.
I think you mean inclusive.
Oh. You know what I mean. Okay, I know what I'm drawing, you guys. I'm just having a hard time figuring out how the heck I'm gonna, like, complete this. Because this is... This is challenging myself right now.
You'll figure it out. I believe in you. It's an SCP, for sure.
Dude, that's... Damn it, that was a good one, too.
I do.
What?
Did I say anything about the pigs? Did I say anything bad?
You called them
about
hungry
the pigs?
freaks.
I didn't. I did not.
I did not!
All right. My point is that both of these games came out right around that same time, and they were both odd, new, creative, and they were eye-catching in a way that only a couple of horror games up until that point had really sort of caught the attention of the wider gaming community. I think up until that point it had really just been the big AAA titles,
of course,
Slender Man, and maybe one or two more. Maybe The Binding of Isaac, because I think that one was 2009.
That was so like 2009.
One or two more, and that's it. But they both had like this kind of creepy, silent, faceless thing going on. Simple mechanics. Story that you had to interpret for yourself because nobody would tell it to you. There was no dialogue in either game.
Oh.
And they both had sequels. So, and actually Little Nightmares is getting a third one. So,
I tried to get into Little Nightmares, but it wasn't for me. And that is, how the fuck did you figure that out? Okay. Well.
How do you know it's not the Frettles? It could be the Frettles.
It is the Frettles?
The Frettles are the, do you really want me to do this right now?
Not particular.
I didn't think so.
Erin gets the points though, so.
The Wah? Okay. She wants me to do it. I'm gonna do it.
Oh no.
The Frettles are
man.
in FNAF 4 the little the little gray chittering things that are on the bed behind you, that if you don't turn around fast enough, they will multiply and chitter until there's enough of them, and then they'll eat your face off. Those are the Frettles.
Why did you do this to me?
You asked!
I did it! It was Aaron!
Okay, speaking...
Yeah. Now I don't need to know anymore. I mean, shit.
Now you know.
Now I know.
Speaking of FNAF, there were a shit ton of FNAF imitators that came out in the last decade. Some of them are still around. Some of them aren't. Some of them were legit Freddy Fazbear's fan games that were authorized by Scott Cawthon.
Oh.
And there's been so many that a new subgenre has been created. It's called mascot horror. Oh. And it includes games like Poppy's Playtime, which is one that I still cannot get into because it's a little too weird.
I feel like I've watched it at your house, though.
Have you?
Probably. Like
then I just had it. I must have just been watching Jacksepticeye play it.
Yeah, I think that's what
but
it was.
Without knowing that I was watching what I was watching, because I don't think I've ever legitimately watched anyone play it.
Oh, okay. I don't know. It looked like it. It looked like a bunch of Playhouse stuff.
Oh, well, that may have been a FNAF game, because one of the FNAF games...
But there wasn't any animatronics in it, though.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay. There's one called Garten of Banban, which is in a similar vein. I just don't understand Garten of Banban either. I watched Matt Pat try to play Garten of Banban. Don't understand that one. But they both kind of run on the same vein. You're trying to beat the odds, or a timer, or survive the night, or a day, or something like that against some inanimate thing. And now there's new entries that are taking advantage of some expiring copyrights from Disney, etc. So we have games like Bendy and the Ink Machine, which, by the way, is getting like a movie or something.
What?
Yep. My Friendly Neighborhood, which is if you can believe this, a Sesame Street ripoff. Oh no!
Oh no! Where's my disconnect? There it is. It says reconnection successful. Yippee! Okay, sorry about that, everybody. We had a technical difficulty in which...
Are we back?
Yeah, the stream, disconnected. We've been having issues.
It didn't want to hear about Choo Choo Charles.
That's what you were trying to talk about. Okay. Yeah, no, it cut out and it was silent and I had kept talking, so I had no freaking idea.
Oh.
Yep. Happy birthday. Anyway,
It's
we're back though. We're back!
It's okay. No one wants to hear about Choo Choo Charles. We'll just move on.
Oh, okay. That's rude, but okay.
Yeah, then there were a handful of co-op horror games, like the one that you and I played, Phasmophobia, obviously was the one that had a really hot couple of months where it seemed like everybody was playing Phasmophobia.
It's funny to watch other people, though, when you, actually watch them play.
It is funny
It's so
to
funny.
watch other people play. Yes. It is also quite funny to watch extremely high-level people play with very inexperienced people. And I tried to be a go-it-by-yourself person on Phasmophobia, and I did get to a point where I freaked myself out enough that I couldn't play Phasmophobia anymore.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I was like, this is a little too creepy by myself, so I'm gonna put this one down.
I'm gonna play with Whitney and Mel next time.
Not gonna play this one again by myself. I was playing that camp level. I don't know if you see anyone play that. Okay.
Yeah.
The one where, it's very obviously supposed to be the summer camp where, where the famous slasher movie happens. And
that Michael Myers.
Yes. And I was in one of the tents, and the radio in the tent turned on.
Mm-hmm.
And then I turned around to leave the tent. I can't even remember what tool I had in my hand. I turned around to leave the tent, and all the lights were flickering. And then I saw the spirit or ghost, or I don't even recall what it was that was chasing me, but it was one of the things that you can kind of catch a glimpse of out of the corner of your eye. So I hauled ass to the entrance. Definitely died. And since I was by myself, game was over.
Oh, that's quite unfortunate.
And that was the last time I played Phasmophobia. But there were others. Phasmophobia was not the only co-op horror game to see fare to really high levels of success. Dead by Daylight is still going, still receiving fairly regular updates. And 7 Days to Die, certain channels are still playing that one. They all had success in their turn. Dead by Daylight just had somebody added. I cannot recall who, but I remember seeing it and going, yeah, that makes total sense. They did they did this reveal for why am I forgetting his name now?
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. Well, I'm gonna have to look it up and tell you later. It was very funny. He's in a zombie movie. Aaron, please don't feel like I have done you wrong. I cannot remember his name.
Totally gonna offend.
The Evil Dead guy. He is one of the players that you can be, and the reveal that they did for him was amazing. It was so funny.
Bruce?
I think he's a yes, Bruce. Thank you. I just can't remember the character's name. And
oh my god.
There's way more of these than I thought there were.
Yeah, and the internet connect cut out again, so
Did it really?
yeah. Oh my god.
Man.
Okay, so you're close, Aaron. You got the penguin right. And you're kind of sort of right on the second one, but I'm going for more of a specific answer.
Wait.
So yeah,
Right.
it is a penguin. I was thinking of the penguins from Adventure Time.
Ash.
Huh?
Ash. That's his name. Ash.
This one?
That's the character's name
From
that I was talking about. Ash. From the Evil Dead movies.
Oh, God. I was like, what are we
Yeah.
talking about?
Ash.
Ash Ketchum.
They also did
Ash Ketchum in the horror.
they've done no. They've done a number of crossovers, including one with Resident Evil. So there's like a handful of Resident Evil characters in here, as if you want to play survivors from Resident Evil, and one of them is Cheryl.
I can give you half points, just knowing that it is a penguin, a penguin, a penguin, if you will.
It's a penguin in a plague doctor mask.
Yes, but what is the name of the of that, Jesse. You were the one who gave me inspiration. There's your hint.
I gave you inspiration for this?
Yep, you sure did.
Oh. How exactly did I do that?
Well, good luck.
Great. Oh. I don't know.
You got this. I believe in you.
Do you? You should probably not believe me quite so much.
That's a disappointment.
Really sorry. I guess I'm gonna have to actually play the guessing game now, huh?
Yeah, you actually do have to actually participate now. How do you feel?
Okay, well, let's see if I inspired you. Is it a game that I talked about today?
It's not a game at all. I don't think, unless there is a game out there and I don't know about it. But as far as I know, it's not a game. You talked about it earlier in stream, though.
I did talk about it. How much earlier?
Less than 10 minutes ago, I think.
Okay. Well, let me just backtrack in my notes just a little bit. Let's see. I talked about...
Bois.
What do you mean, bois?
Bois.
I talked about Ploppy's Playtime. I talked about Garten of Banban.
Okay, you want another hint?
Yeah.
Okay, so you had said something and I went, oh, that's a good idea. I should do that.
I don't...
Oh my god. Well, I guess you're struggling then.
I remember suggesting something that you draw in
Doodle time, yep.
Doodle time, but I never told you what it was.
It's not that. It was something you said in passing about the horror genre, and I said, oh, I didn't even think about that. That's a good idea. So I decided to do it.
Oh, were we talking about mascot horror still?
No. Oh, it could have been before that, though.
Okay. We've deviated from my notes a little bit, so it's harder for me to go back and be like, yes, we definitely talked about this.
Sad Gunter noises.
Were we... Oh my god, is he holding a syringe?
Sure is.
Okay.
And
so he is a plague doctor.
Yes.
Okay.
Technically. Yes.
Technically.
But there's I will either take the number or the what they call it. Have fun.
The number or what they call it? What the hell? Even Aaron's like,
I guess technically they do call it a plague doctor.
Oh!
But they have like another name for it too. Maybe I'll just give it to you, Aaron, because 6. But if you could tell me where it's from, the plague doctor, I'll give you extra points. So yes, it's a penguin in a plague doctor mask, essentially. And oh my god, I just found something kind of cringy with this.
Is it old art that you did?
No. It is. I'm looking it up because I'm doing research on some of these.
Okay.
And
usually when you say it's cringy, it's something that you've done.
Yeah. You would definitely be right about that. Yep, but it wasn't this time. It was someone posting like a ship of this character with like I guess their OC or something, and I'm like the plague doctor with an OC romantically is a little weird. But there is a freaking whole fan base about that. So you know what? You do you, Booze. Like, there's no judgment here.
Is this taken from that movie?
No.
Okay. That movie that Elijah Wood voiced a character in?
No. But that... Damn, that was the name I was thinking of the other day, and I couldn't figure out his name. I was like, Frodo, and...
Frodo!
People are weird. You're right. Now I gotta think of... Okay, so... Do you want me to just tell you?
Yes.
It's SCP-049.
Oh. Okay.
People call it also... People also call it the Burb Doctor, but it is the Plague Doctor. Because I only saw Burb Doctor, and I was like, there's no way that's the name of it. So I, actually typed it out, and it said the Plague Doctor. So you get full points for that, Aaron.
So there's a reason that I don't recognize that thing as an SCP, and it's because I never go downstairs.
Oh, okay.
So I'm always running into the other SCPs, and never the Plague Doctor.
Okay. That was a small bird skull. Well, Plague Doctor Mask isn't a full skull, though. It's like half a skull. So... And it's also cheapy. Don't judge my art. Oh, and 9? 9
Oh,
the
was
movie?
it a small?
Oh.
Yeah, 9 the movie she's seen.
Okay. I thought she was making fun of my art. Okay.
I was thinking of the movie 9, yeah.
I'm trying to think of another horror movie or film.
Well, let me keep talking about...
like a video game.
Let me keep talking about games, and I might give you another
Inspired
idea that you have to make me guess.
Inspired guess.
So,
let's go with a very angry Jessie.
Okay, we've kind of entered a new era with horror games because a lot of them that are coming out now are pixel art.
Oh.
And I love it. I'm so glad that people have finally realized that pixel art can be creepy. And it really kind of started with, I think, Undertale.
Oh.
And it's just going.
Yeah.
It just keeps going.
I watched Whitney play that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed her me watching, but I don't know. It wasn't creepy enough for me to like it as a horror genre, I guess.
So it's kind of a soft horror, that one. But if you really want to, you can make it scarier. Particularly as you get more towards the end. If you're playing a particular play style, you can make it extra scary for yourself. Did you enjoy the music of Undertale?
It was interesting.
Yeah. I like it a lot. I think it's very catchy.
You are the monster.
You are the monster, actually.
Oh.
In that game. You can be the monster.
Fascinating.
Mm-hmm. If you're going for a genocide run, you are the monster.
Oh.
So what's great about pixel art is that it's cheaper, generally, cheaper to make. And so the games themselves are generally cheaper for us, the consumer, to buy. And they're quicker, generally, with a few exceptions, to get out the door. We won't talk about how long we're going to wait for Haunted Chocolatier.
This is
but...
Aaron.
Oh. So, talking about huge games like Undertale. We're talking about sleeper hits like Papers, Please, which you should definitely go watch somebody play Papers, Please, or even better yet, watch it yourself, because boy, that's a messed up game. Or wonderfully deep mysteries like Observer, which I have played, and boy, that's a messed up game too, um, have all flooded our Steam pages and our backlogs alike. I personally think I have two on my wish list right now
Oh,
that are coming out in October and November, respectively. They just keep coming, these pixel art horror ones. And there's a whole bunch of really, really good ones that don't even get up for sale generally, that you can pick up on itch.io, that are pixel art that are really, really good. I should have written down the names of the two developers that are one-person teams that are just incredibly creepy games that sometimes they don't make a ton of sense, to be honest with you, because they are foreign developers, so there's some cultural context there that I think is lost. But
no.
they're
Not to Kitty.
they're very good. So if you're looking for horror games, but you also kind of don't want to buy them, look on itch.io, and you will find some good ones, I promise. Two more subgenres that I just want to mention.
Sorry, I got hair in my mouth.
Are you okay?
That's a lot of No. Okay, yes, it is a puppy, but you have to be more specific.
Can I go on?
Yeah, you can go on.
Okay. I want to make sure Erin wasn't going to continue guessing. I don't want to talk over her guessing. So there's two more subgenre that I just want to mention because they have received a lot of attention and are still receiving a lot of attention. One in particular for a very specific reason, I think. And this is liminal spaces and collaborative online horror. So I think the second one is obvious what that is. The first one maybe is not so obvious if you've not heard of any of these games, or you don't maybe know what a liminal space is. And the liminal space games don't necessarily have to be horror games. And I can only think of one actually that is. But it's
why is it getting a special mention?
Because it is pretty easy to make the liminal space games horror games, and because it can coincide with the collaborative horror and a couple of the other horror subgenres.
Oh.
The game that I'm thinking of is The Backrooms.
Oh God!
And
the Keymaster?
No, the Keymaster from the Ghostbusters.
Are you the Keymaster? That was a very interesting
So
guess.
The Backrooms, if you have been on YouTube watching horror content, you have probably seen 100 times. Because it's been everywhere. It seems like every couple of months there's a new Backrooms something popping up. I honestly don't understand why the Backrooms really is so interesting, except for maybe it's just like the fear of the unknown.
It's
or,
like a how do I describe this? Because I don't like it. I think it's creepy. It's that feeling of never progressing forward and being stuck in the same plane of time indefinitely.
Yeah. There is a game on Steam that's just called Pools. And it is a backroom type of game.
It's got like Twilight Zone vibes.
It does a little bit, I guess, yeah. It's the lore is interesting in the way that people have kind of built it up. Have you ever been alone in the office after closing?
So
Yes, I have.
creepy. Oh my god, it's so creepy.
Yes, I have, in fact.
I've been alone in the national park before, and I think that's also really creepy. Anyway.
So,
anything.
yeah, the backrooms type of games have just really seen a huge rise in, I think, the last probably two years. That one's been popping off. Liminal spaces, not quite so much, except for that one. And then
I actually can't play games like that just because I hate the vibe of games like that.
Is it the suspense?
No, it's the
gets you
being stuck in the same space indefinitely with no progression of time.
Okay.
I don't like it. I don't like it. That's why I don't watch the Twilight Zone either.
So other games in the collaborative online horror piece.
Did we need? No, that's a good guess, but no.
Some of those games are much older than the 10-year time span that I'm talking about. Obviously, Slendy Man is I'm gonna say the progenitor of that subgenre, because that whole thing started on Reddit. SCP.
It wasn't
similarly
a creepypasta
on Reddit.
I know. I'm just. Okay.
Yes, it was.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you are correct. The SCP collection also, same thing, much older, and it started online before it became a game, and now it's still its own thing. I don't know quite how to categorize what SCP is at this point. It's like a encyclopedia that people just, it's like its own Wikipedia of SCPs. You can edit, add to.
Hey! Congratulations!
The zombie dog from Resident Evil.
Don't you like my?
It looks like a dead Houndoom.
Look at it, it's so cute.
Yeah, it's so cute until it jumps through a window and eats your face off.
Well, yes. Have you seen the zombie dogs from Resident Evil? They're literally Dobermans.
Yes, I have seen the zombie dogs from Resident Evil. When they jump through the window and eat my face off.
Oh, yeah. This is a cute doggo, okay? In Grandma's basement. Oh, and
Did we Oh, you're right. That did happen in Grandma's basement. The first time.
What?
It did happen in We were sitting in Grandma's basement watching your brother play that game for the first time.
What game?
And
Resident Evil? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
The first one. And when he ran through that hallway and that dog jumped out of that window, or I guess into that window.
Oh, yeah.
Scared the shit out of us. Even your brother jumped.
Doesn't surprise me.
Gave that little scream.
Ha!
Stop correcting me! So rude.
Well, okay.
Fine. Whatever. The word I want is through. Fine. You're right.
Jessie getting schooled by her own sister. Okay.
I think she's drunk.
Oh.
This is drunk Aaron speak.
Okay. Well, I mean, don't judge.
There's no judgment.
You
did
judging.
Get heat. She got a lot of heat today. You're not? Okay.
Oh, now you're gonna be schooled hellas. Okay. I'm here for it. Do it.
No. Because we're at the end of stream.
No, we're not.
So all of this is to say that some of the loudest standout games of the last 10 years have been horror games, from my saddest regret, PT, to Alan Wake, to the very, very strange Doki Doki Literature Club. Horror seems to have consumed the gamer base in new and terrifying ways. Or maybe not so terrifying ways. Maybe hilarious ways, depending on how you look at it. And I'm here for it. I want more horror games.
Oh.
I want more spooky.
Spooky, scary skeletons.
All of the spooky.
Spooky, scary skeletons.
And that's all I got for today.
Oh. Oh, that means I have to... Okay.
Yep. So, thanks for coming out and spending time with us on this month's first spooky stream. Next week, we are talking about urban myths and legends in video games. I'm still collecting them. So it'll be a fun stream. Probably you guys will know most of these. But hopefully I surprise you with one or two.
Oh.
Alright, Melly, take it away.
Shit, now it's my turn. Thank you guys for coming and all that stuff. We're gonna be back next week with whatever Jesse just said that I wasn't paying attention for.
Thanks.
So, yes, come join us next week for the next Hollow stream for our Halloween month-long live streams! I'm stretching, you guys, sorry. And all that fun jazz and whatever.
All that jazz.
All that jazz. I lost my, train of thought halfway through this.
Couldn't tell.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I was trying my best to, Yes. Okay. Join me on Facebook or Instagram at Melslog for all the updates relating to panel protagonists and any artwork that I do during the in-betweens of streams, including finishing this, or some of these. Like I said, there's a couple I might not actually finish, but you should totally follow me on Facebook and Instagram, because not only do I give updates about panel protagonists, but I also give updates on where I will be in the wild. So, my next event is at October 26th. We will not be streaming that day because I will be in the valley doing things, and I will give you all those little lovely fun updates when we get closer to that time, but that's my next wild encounter that you can come out and see me for. So, I have not updated the store, you guys. I know I say this every outro I've done since July, I think. I will be updating the store and the website in November, because that's when my off-season starts. So, Aaron's talking about the zombie zoo. I saw that earlier and I was like, what the heck is that? Okay, so anyway. Yeah, so join me on Facebook and Instagram at Melslog. I had a way better outro than this. But if you don't hang with the Facebooks or the Instagrams, come join us on Discord and Confab Corner, where all of this stuff happens. You get exclusive sneak peeks at new artwork before I even post them on Facebook or Instagram, or maybe not at all. There's some artwork on Discord that I have not put on Instagram or Facebook at all. And you can also do the month-long contest, Portrait of the Month, which is going on right now. And you can enter to win a chance of winning a free portrait drawn by me every month. This is harder than it needs to be. There's also bot games.
Don't overthink it.
There's bot games and live art streams that I do in Confab Corner called Doodle Times. I like to doodle. Jesse likes to host watch parties on Wednesdays for different varying things, and game nights on Friday, or the once a month D&D session in which Jesse, Aaron, Batman, Wit, and I play D&D. And those are some wild shenanigans as well. So,
Wait.
yep. So join me on the socials if you want to know what's going on, you want to see the art, and you just want to know what the heck I'm doing. Because sometimes it's crazy, and you're missing all the crazy. So, yeah. I'm going to leave at that point because I've been so all over the place with my outro that I'm like...
What even is this outro anymore?
I think I need a nap. Alright, well, Jesse, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Panel protagonists out! Bye!
Bye-bye.